One day he decided to sacrifice a goat. In his ignorance, it was the demanding of his gods. He thought it is a demanding of gods. Gods, they want a sacrifice of a goat. So in his ignorance, he decided to make the ritual of sacrificing a god. He selected a god, appropriate god to sacrifice. He thought, completing this ritual, there will be a very big peace to him and also to the people living in that land. He selected a very good goat and asked his servants to take this god to holy river to wash and to decorate it with some flowers. And after that, they also were about to take shower as a holy ritual. Servants were taking this goat to this holy river. On the bank of the river, God realized that there is going to happen something. Today it will be sacrificed. They gave the shower to the god. They decorated it, and as a holy ritual, they were going to take shower a little far. God thought something. There was something in the mind of a god. It realized something. With the realization, there was a great laughter, a goat laughter. And suddenly, the god started to weep. Hearing this, the servant came. They never heard such loud laughter. And then simultaneously, just after that, as loud as it laughed, it cried. They came and asked, what happened? What happened? Why you laughed so loudly, and then as loud as you laughed, you started to cry. What was the reason? God told, well, I will tell you everything. I realized my past births and my unwholesome deeds. I realized that, therefore I laughed. That today I will be free from all that nonsense what I have created. I will be free from that. But I cried because there was a compassion. There was some compassion in my heart, but I will only tell you, take me to your master, take me to the priest. I will explain you everything. They immediately took the god to the priest, to their master, and told about the things what happened. The priest was curious. The priest was also curious to know what actually happened. There was suspense in the mind of the priest. He came politely, he asked, "Sir?" He was a polite, he told to God, "Sir." Sir, what's the matter? Why did you laugh so loudly? And then as loud as you laughed, you started to cry. What was the reason behind? God told, hear carefully. As you many years ago, many my lives ago, I was also a priest, and I was also trained as you are trained in all these holy scriptures. And I also performed a sacrification of goat. And I was happy, I was very happy. But do you know the result? Do you know the result of that my unwholesome deeds? My head was cut. Last 499 births. This is my 500th birth, and this is my last. I will be free of that unwholesome deeds. The joy of that made me laugh loudly. I was so happy that today I will be free from that unwholesome deeds, what I did 500 lives before. But then suddenly I realized that you are going to do the same. And you will suffer the same like I suffered. So out of compassion, out of empathy, my laughter turned into crying. Somehow, priest realized that this God might be telling right. There was some sympathy and empathy for the God in the heart of priest, and he was understanding. He was thinking this God might be right. With this understanding, he told, okay, Sir Goat, I am not going to sacrifice you, and don't worry, be happy. Just go and graze. The goat told, no. Today it is the last day. I will be free from this birth. It doesn't matter, whatever. But I am happy that you understood. The priest told, don't worry. My guards, my servants will guard you. Nobody will harm you. Just go and be happy. God told, you are so kind, you are so generous. But dear priest, the effect of my unwholesome deed is much heavier than your compassion and of this life. The results will come. But the priest told the God, don't worry. We are going to guard you, and I promise you no harm will come. So it led the goat to wander in the forest with some guardians, with some guards. Goat was grazing in the forest in mountain area. It was wandering here and there, grazing. Suddenly a goat saw some tender leaves which was over the stones, little bit far. God went near, stretched the neck, and tried to eat the tender leaves. Suddenly, from nowhere, there appeared thunderstorm, and a lightning bolt cut the just overhanging slab. It struck on that overhanging slab, cut a piece, and that piece fell on the god's neck, and head was chopped. Hearing that, hundreds of people from the village, they gathered there, and suddenly the weather was clean. Hearing this, they gathered there. The story doesn't end here. The story started with once upon a time. So there will be much drama. People were gathering, were talking there. Just where all this happened, there lived a fairy. This fairy, seeing the people floating in the air, came there and told to people all that what happened. Fairy told to people, this God is now free. It did some unwholesome deeds. That's why it had to suffer last 500 births. Stop all that nonsense killing of animals. Stop being blind followers. Listen to your heart. Be awake. As you kill, as you become violent, as you kill animal, as you are killing, by that killing, something also is dead in you. There is something dies in you. It hurts you. And even in this life, something inside you is dead. Further lives, we don't know. You have to suffer or not. But even in this life, there is something dead. Saying that, the fairy was floating, went back to the tree. Villagers, they understood this thing and they stopped killing the nonsense killing of the animals, killing the innocent animals. They stopped, they understood, and everybody lived very, very happily, awarefully. So dear friends, see, even a religion can be source of ignorance. Today evening, I just wanted to make you aware of some facts. I just wanted you understand, you inquire deep. Whatever happens, be awake.